Hello and welcome back to another episode of Beerly Out of Bounds. It's a golf podcast on the Beerly Sports Podcast Network. I am your host, Zachary Smith. You can follow me on Twitter at BeerlyZach, or you can also talk to these other two individuals. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? One of you we know.
Yeah, introduce ourselves. You're like the
One of
worst
you we
host
don't
ever.
know.
I'm literally a staple of this podcast. He's like, why don't you introduce yourself?
I think you're more than a
I
staple.
don't know who invited this
Who invited
guy.
that?
I don't know who invited this guy. Anyway, so obviously, good to have everybody with us. This right here is Charlie. Charlie helps us out at the Cup Golf Academy at the Golf Club of Georgia. Really good friends with the owner. And so, we've actually played a lot of golf together and had him join the pod. So
Yeah.
here he is, drinking beer, talking golf.
Who won today?
Not me. They took it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
your boy found his groove.
Did you?
Your boy shot an easy 74.
I shot a very hard 76.
Hey, we're not going to talk about my score today.
Yeah. Charlie did not have his best round. Funny thing is, he had like the second most birdies in the group.
Oh, I think I had 3 birdies.
Yeah, he had 3 birdies today.
And did not break 90.
So he had a few holes where he struggled.
Hey, you had
Three-
2 more
three
birdies
birdies
than
and
I
3
did.
triples. 3 birdies and 3 triples.
See, but that's better than no birdies. Like
Oh,
I
I
feel
agree,
like
yeah.
you walk out of there with a birdie, at least feel a little bit on top of the
Yeah.
world. You know what I'm saying? So
Not as pissed off.
that's pissed off. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, I've had those days where you just play bad and don't make birdies.
Yeah.
And those don't feel nearly as good. So
That's true.
that's very true. So anyway, Zach, how was your week so far? Good.
Well, it's been a week, man. Let me tell you.
It's only Monday.
Yes. Yeah.
It's only Monday and it's been a week. No,
It's been a week.
Today was actually pretty good. I got to play disc golf. I got to play golf. I wish I could have played better, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, real quick, got to change this. There we go. Bang.
There you go.
You
There
couldn't
you go.
even see the little guy up there.
Yeah, ballsy.
It's not Zane. Stop. Not ballsy.
Okay, let's bring Charlie into the conversation. What should that little mascot be? Can you bring up a bigger picture for him? That way we can see
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Bring up a bigger picture for him.
Hold on.
Let's do that.
Let's just go. You know what? Instead of just bringing up a bigger picture, let's just go ahead and talk about something that's very near and dear to all of our hearts. And that is merchandising. And
Yes.
it's very near and dear to all of our hearts, but we can actually get a really good look at
And
this little
ballsy.
character here
I like
on
Monday.
the
Still
sticker.
ballsy. Yes. Really out of bounds ballsy.
No.
Yes.
Minimizing the dimples like Andrew said.
Minimize the dimples. That's right. Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew McCormick.
Yeah. Ballsy. I like ballsy. What do you think? Ballsy?
Ballsy.
If you had to name him anything, what would you name him? For real?
Ballsy.
You ballsy? That's what I thought.
You guys are the most ridiculous people I've ever met in my entire life.
It just makes sense, because
So-
that's barely out of bounds.
Zach,
Call him
why
ballsy.
don't you pick a name and we'll just tell you why it's wrong?
Yeah, exactly. He's just, you know what? Zach is too much of a coward not to come up with a name.
Exactly.
He's just too much. Yeah, he won't come up with a name because he's afraid of breaking hearts and come on,
It
come up
can't
with a
just
name.
be a logo, guys. It's not a mascot. It's just a logo.
Literally a mascot.
We're going to
It's-
get him dressed up in a big one of those one day.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're gonna get Zach dressed up in ballsy costume.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's right, and he's gonna have the white gloves and everything.
You know what, Zane? If you buy a golf ball mascot like outfit and wear it to work, I'll name it ballsy.
I'd lose my job. What if I just buy a golf ball outfit and go like run around in it? Do like a video of me running around in it.
Okay, no, if you don't do it to work, you have to go to like downtown Buford
Okay.
and do like the sign spinning while wearing the mascot outfit saying watch Beerly OB.
I will do that actually. That will happen.
Alrighty.
Golf ball outfit Downtown. Can I do downtown Alpharetta?
I don't know how busy downtown Alpharetta is.
Pretty busy.
On the weekend, it's really
super
busy.
busy. And then just waving a sign that says "Beerly out of bounds."
Listen, watch Beerly Out of Bounds.
Yes.
Subscribe, like,
follow
for
more. So anyway,
buy our merch.
that's right. Thank you, Charlie. But yeah. But anyway, so so the U.S. Open's coming up. I thought we'd talk about that a little bit today.
Absolutely.
Also talking about kind of what we've been missing because we've literally haven't had a podcast for 3 weeks. So I figure we talk about that, talk about what we've been missing out on, specifically, obviously, the Scheffler stuff that went down, going over the preview to that, and then talking about Scheffler winning this past week. And then on to we never even recapped the PGA Championship. Talk about that, and then on to the U.S. Open. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right,
Let's do it.
perfect. So for those of you that aren't aware, I figure everybody's aware at this point. Scheffler had a run-in with the Popo down in Kentucky, and for some reason, the police officers, they must not watch this podcast because they didn't know who Scotty Scheffler was.
That's wild to me, by the way.
That they didn't. Yeah, it is.
Number one golfer in the world, and he playing at one of the biggest tournaments of the year.
And it's a tournament that you're working at.
100%.
Now, I get that a lot of the officers on the scene probably weren't, at working the golf course event, but the people that I'm sure they had police officers that were working at the event there, and they had, usually you volunteer for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So usually you'd know who the best golfer in the world was. So I'm just surprised. I mean, I'm surprised, and I've said it for weeks because we haven't had a podcast. Slight jab at Zach there.
Not a jab at me, brother.
Yes, it is. So but how do you not have communication between the people working the tournament, because the officers working the tournament no golf, and the officers like this guy who just comes in and doesn't know who he's dealing with?
I don't really understand how it all trickles down to that, but I mean, at the end of the day, it happened, and you just saw what happened and how the officer reacted to that, and that was completely wrong too. I mean, he's going out there saying that he got dragged along and his pants got destroyed and all that, but then we see the videos and all the evidence and stuff like that.
And the rub marks on the pants don't even match what the camera, what we saw on camera. So
the report said, and then even after Scotty apologized and charges got dropped, the cop came out again and said that it still happened.
Yeah, it still happened. Yeah, exactly. And Scotty showed. Let's just be 100% here. Like, Scotty showed total class. I don't know why we're still showing the merch up on the screen, but Scotty showed.
Merch is important, Zane.
Yeah, but we literally shifted topic. So, but it's super important, right? Super important to show class, and especially in that thing. But we did learn something important, and I know we're not going to talk about this very much, but just pro tip: whenever an officer is asking you questions, they're not trying to be your friend.
Yeah.
They are trying to incriminate you. That is exactly what they tried to do there. Even the lawyer outside the office after, it was announced that he was getting the charges dropped, right? Even he was like, one of the reporters said, well, Scotty admitted such and such. It's like, dude, if you watch the video, Scotty's just trying not to go to jail. Scotty's trying to go to his tee time.
Yeah.
Scotty's trying to be as nice as possible.
And then you knew it was bad too whenever the owner of Valhalla was literally the one that picked him up from the jail.
Yes.
The guy owning the course that the PGA Championship's getting run at is the one picking him up from the jail to bring him to his tee time.
And let's be honest, Valhalla's never getting another PGA Championship ever again. There's Zach brought it up. Yeah, he's clearly not. Go ahead and rewind it real quick to the beginning.
That he's getting dragged.
Yeah, he's literally running after the vehicle. Now, did he fall down before the vehicle? Maybe before that, but we can't see that. In fact, it doesn't even look like he's next to the car whenever he's running. So, yeah, I don't believe it for a second.
Well, and then his past history too. I don't know if you read up on anything that he got in trouble for beforehand.
Oh yeah, like donuts.
Yeah,
on duty.
It was like super bad.
Yeah, it was literally like the movie Superbad. Yeah. So the guy got, and people can look this up. It's on his record.
He had a guy in the back of the car too.
Yep, he had a civilian in the back of the car. It's literally the Superbad movie. Guy had a civilian in the back of the car. He was doing donuts on duty. Yeah, so like this is not a guy that I want on the police force, period. And he just got a slap on the wrist. If you looked at what they gave him, they basically, if you look, so they said they disciplined him, but the discipline, Zach, was literally just having a talking to.
Yeah.
The details of the discipline are not paid leave or anything like that, or unpaid leave. It was literally, we had a discussion with this man.
And I think it would have all went down differently if he would have just been honest and truthful about the whole situation, because he made it so worse on himself, just repetitively lying again.
Well, and the stupid part was, if you looked at the videos, Scotty said, and it was very clear that the guy did not identify himself as an officer of the law.
Not at all.
He just stuck his hand in his car. And if you see a guy in a yellow thing sticking your hand in your car, you're freaking out.
Yeah.
Right? And the other part of that, too, is the other cop told Scotty in the back of the police vehicle, hey, when somebody tells you to stop, you stop.
No.
It's like, no. If anything, somebody yells at me to stop, I'm like
zooming out of there, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know you're an officer.
Yeah, he didn't say blah, 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 police department.
Yeah.
He said, stop.
Exactly. He just said stop.
No, thank you.
So it's like, yeah, fat chance there, bucko. So anyway, I just don't understand that whole thing. And Valhalla is never getting another tournament.
But hey, after all of it happened, Scotty turned it around. He birdied the first hole back. Me and Ransom Davis, one of the other instructors up at the Cup Golf Academy, who actually was one of Scotty's teammates at Texas.
Yep.
Me and him watched the first hole, and he sunk that birdie putt, and we were just happy to see
He grew up playing with Scotty too.
Yeah, Scotty,
Will,
and Will Zalatoris, and
Yep, absolutely. So anyway, super weird, man. It literally is like a simulation. Like, it's like, this is not reality we're living in. This is just a simulation. This is not real. That's what I felt like whenever I saw Scotty Scheffler is being dragged to prison.
Oh, yeah. Of all people, and he's the one a couple weeks beforehand talking. If he had to withdraw from something for his
wife
or his wife or anything like that, and then this is the guy getting dragged to the police station.
New dad, and he's getting dragged to jail.
Yeah.
We just can't do anything for fathers in this country, Zach.
That's why you don't have kids, ladies and gentlemen. You end up going to prison.
And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there this upcoming weekend.
Absolutely.
For real. Yep. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you. So anyway, I will not say that again. So we've got what did we want to move on to? Oh, the PGA Championship. Xander finally did it. Can we just?
I know. Oh,
that is fantastic.
Wait, okay, so I have a question for both of you. What did you guys think about the course?
Terribly too easy.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I saw a bunch of videos of them coming in saying it was going to be one of the hardest courses that they played in a while, and they tore it apart.
Well, because the rough was thick.
Yeah,
go ahead.
The rough was thick, but then if you hit the fairway, you're in position A, and it's rolling down there forever, and you're good to go.
Well, and if you look at the pin positions,
the greens were not hard.
They were not difficult. The pin positions were not difficult. The pins were wide open for the taking. Granted, Valhalla has really undulated greens, but if you put all the pins on the flat or not next to a slope, what's the point?
Yeah, it just seemed like it played really easy. I don't know. I was kind of surprised by how, especially the finishing stretch.
Yes,
I mean, those were birdie or die holes.
They were
in that tournament.
I'm gonna look up real quick, maybe some other people's opinion on why it was so easy. Why?
Yeah, I saw one of the guys that was talking golf. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was a Reddit thread or something, was saying that he thought that this PGA Championship was going to be played over par.
Yeah.
They absolutely obliterated this.
They just destroyed it. Well, if you look at historically, Valhalla doesn't play hard. I did look this up before. Yeah. It doesn't play hard, but this played easier than even previous like senior PGAs that have been played there, Ryder Cups been played there. This played easier than those. And so that has to mean it's course setup.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's course setup.
And to defend Valhalla a little bit, they did get rain, so the fairways were softer, the greens were softer.
Yeah. Making them easier to hold and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's very true. I didn't even think about that.
But at the same time, it's like you can't like find a way to make the course a little more difficult.
Yes.
With those conditions being what they are.
That's true. Yeah, you got it. I mean, you got to make it more difficult
for sure.
I mean, especially. I mean, that was. I mean, it was like watching that finishing stretch. I was like, well, Bryson has like the lead right now, but he's done, and Xander has 3 of the easiest holes on the course to play. I just didn't think it made for exciting golf.
It took a lipping for him to win it.
Yeah, it did.
Took a hell of a lipping. But hey, I don't know if you guys are ready to move on to another subject yet, but I thought it was funny. So they put up Xander Schauffele's poster in the Callaway headquarters. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw the one that right next to his.
Yes.
Bobby
Fairways, hole in one.
Bobby Aces.
Oh, yeah.
And then he pulled a Tony Finau running up to the green afterwards. I don't know if you saw that.
Did he?
Start turning around and just ate crap.
That's wild. I still think that's one of the grossest things when Tony Finau
over his head. It was nice.
That's still one of the craziest things whenever Tony dislocates his ankle. That was wild.
Oh, man, that was – I hate even watching that video.
Nasty stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but Bob does sports hole in one. I mean, I thought that might be the day I die.
Yeah, for real.
Seeing that happen.
Yeah.
Well, FP had one at one of their charity events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a hell of a golfer.
Mm-hmm.
I could take him. This is another challenge to FP. I do this about once an episode. Come on out to Georgia. Let's play 1v1, me and you. All right.
Yeah, Zach. I don't think he's gonna see this. I don't think he's gonna see it.
Listen, mid talent, right here. Me and you. Let's go 1v1.
I think it's just you. I think you're just the mid talent. I think you're just the.
You know what, Zane? I'll take you on too.
Oh.
Yeah, you would not have beat me today, buddy. You would not have beat me today.
I probably would have.
No, you wouldn't have. So, yeah, I would have. Yeah,
I would have.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah.
I'd have been hitting it 20 yards past you like normal. Hitting 4-iron when you're hitting 3-wood, that kind of thing.
Zach. Come on.
Hey, wait.
We know I'm longer than you, buddy.
Is Georgia Club?
We know I'm longer than you.
No.
And he shot worse than.
Yes. Yeah.
Case closed.
Wait,
Sorry.
what?
He said is Georgia Club harder than Golf Club of Georgia? It's like absolutely not. Like in no world.
Okay, Zane, what'd you shoot the last time you played Georgia Club? Zane, what'd you shoot the last time you played Georgia Club?
I played like trash. You can't compare. I mean, you can't.
I played like trash.
Yeah, I played like trash. I'd go over there and spank you today.
Okay, come on down, buddy. I invited you today, but you were too scared.
That's not what happened at all. I already had stuff planned, and I invited you here, and you said no because you had better people to hang out with.
You had a foursome.
Yeah, that's true. At the time, and then somebody dropped out, and then I was like, "Hey, you want to play?" And you're like, "No, I can't play," because Jaron couldn't play. So anyway, so yeah, and then we've got some news as far as Live. So they had another meeting. They had another meeting in New York City. I don't know, Zach, if you saw that.
I did see it.
There were a lot of good things that came out of the meeting, apparently. Everybody's saying that they're moving in the right direction. This apparently was a little bit more substantive than the Bahamas, whenever they met in the Bahamas.
It'd be hard not to be more substantive than that Bahamas trip.
Yeah. The golf trip they took.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Webb Simpson, apparently he said, quote, the only update that I really have is basically what you just said, that Friday went really well. I think that there's positive momentum going right now. I think both sides seem to not only be engaged, but want to continue being engaged as much as possible. That feels good. It feels good that we're finally at a place where I think we all want similar things. We all recognize that the game of golf is healthier when we're moving in this direction. So apparently there were a lot of like bridges crossed. The question I have is, will Patrick Cantlay ever allow a deal to even go through? You know, like
it's a good question.
Will the jerk, will the butthead ever allow a deal to actually go through? So.
Zane, did you see that thing I sent you like the same time that meeting was going on that came out about the sports group investment?
Oh yes, I did. The Washington Post. Yes.
So $1.5 billion, which ended up basically being sold to players as equity in the tour. That is, so the original agreement said $3 billion, but that second $1.5 billion is contingent on PIF getting involved.
Meaning contingent in they don't get involved?
They have to.
Oh, they have to get involved.
As if PIF signs on, they get that extra 1.5.
Ooh, I gotcha. I thought you meant like it was contingent on they were like trying to box out the PIF.
No, I think it's twofold. No, I think it's onefold. It's again what you were talking about diluting investment.
Mm-hmm.
If PIF gets involved, they need to invest more money in order to maintain their share of what the tour is going to become after all this is over.
Sure. Okay. Gotcha.
That's what I think it is. But like it's a pledge of $3 billion, 1.5 now, and 1.5 if and when the PIF gets in their investment.
Gotcha. It's probably, what they're probably meeting in New York about is like how US centric the tour is, and about possibly like, because obviously Live, they do more everywhere
events. Yeah.
So that's probably something that they talk about. They've been talking about behind closed doors is like how many international tournaments are we actually going to play? Yep. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure a lot of the guys on tour don't want that to happen because a lot of them live here. So that's probably in the works. Do you mind playing that video real quick? Do you have that video on lock?
What video?
That video with Bryson talking about it.
Oh, I don't have it up, but I can get it up if you guys keep talking.
I'll play it real quick. You ready? So let me share screen. There we go. Perfect. And share. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Heart for the game of golf, and for the game. HE has a good heart for the game of golf and for life in general, and wants the best for both parties. But I do know that if a deal doesn't get done, I really think that the PIF is just going to double down with Liv. And I know that's not going to be a great sign for the PGA Tour. Not that I want that to happen. I want us to come together, but I think it's in a place where something has to get done. Mm-hmm. It's just for the good of the game. But I do know that there is a backup plan, and that backup plan is really good for Liv. Yeah. And I'm excited to be on this side, and I couldn't be more proud of what Liv has done for us players, and then for the world of golf. Yeah. HE has a good.
So here's a question: like, what has anyone done more for trying to bridge the gap than Bryson DeChambeau? He's getting more PGA Tour love than he ever got whenever he was on the tour.
He's more likable by tour people now than exactly. Like but that's also a personality thing. His personality's definitely changed. And
that's true.
He's become more likable. The younger kids like him in YouTube videos and everything.
I don't even know if his personality has necessarily changed. He's talked about this in videos as well, with Garrett when they do videos together. It was either Garrett or Grant. I was watching.
Yeah, Horvat. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he does videos with almost everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about it. I was like, I know perception of me has changed since I started doing YouTube and started being more public about like the way I dissect the game and all this stuff. But like, I really don't feel like my personality's changed. I just was. He said when he was on the PGA Tour, he felt like he had to like bottle everything in. And like be like almost emotionless with that. And he says with Liv and doing the stuff with YouTube and all the stuff that he's doing there, he's like, I could actually be myself and like have fun and show energy and stuff, because even he talked about, he's like, even though Tiger is a stone cold killer, like he showed emotion when he was playing well and winning.
No, like he was still stone cold killer whenever he was winning. I think it is true though that having that outlet is helping him.
Yeah,
very clearly, and I think more players do that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's amazing to me how there aren't more players going on YouTube or using these. Do you need to head out?
No.
Oh, sorry. So, it's just amazing that more players aren't doing this on YouTube or like doing videos in some kind of like X or Instagram or Reels or whatever.
Because like the most likable players are like, a lot of people love DeChambeau now, but then Min-Woo Lee, who's a new
Min-Woo Lee is a perfect example.
He's huge on all that stuff like that, and he's
got an army. He's got an army behind him, and so it's one of those things where it's amazing that they don't do that. I think personally, it might be some people's managers that just say, "Hey, you worry about golf, I'll worry about the rest of this," and that's a shame because the more people see you outside of the ropes.
Yeah.
The more influence you have and the bigger following you gain, not just for yourself, but for the game of golf.
Yeah. But then do you think that helps some of the players? Like, do you think that helps them in the sense of getting more support behind them? But certain players, it might hurt them because they have more of like a burden they want to help.
That's true.
It depends on the person.
It does depend on the person. Like, are you a love taker or love giver?
I could never see like a Patrick Cantlay or like, I don't know.
I wouldn't want to see him.
I wouldn't want to either. Or like a Brian Harmon or something like that doing it. But certain
Oh my
players,
God, Brian Harmon.
Yeah. Certain players.
Yeah,
He's
sorry,
not
I don't want
that
to
of a
watch.
dude.
I don't want to watch 4 hours of a guy playing 9 holes of golf. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's brutal, but he's not that bad of a dude. I think he's actually pretty personable. They were doing a little spot on him during the Players whenever he was talking with Kisner. I thought he was pretty likable. So I wouldn't mind seeing more stuff with him, but definitely the guys like JT, like you can't just it's Full Swing has done a lot for the game.
Oh, for sure.
But you need to have that like there needs to be more of that where like people can see you.
Yeah.
And it can't just
and then after Joel Damon was seen, he's only gotten better.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting support because obviously what happened to him and everything was so like it sucked.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Just only helping him out.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too is, I think there are great movements in the game, and that is by virtue of all these great actors, like the people doing Full Swing, the people Bryson, even some of the other live golfers putting themselves out there. I think that's really great. I think I would just love to see that more from PGA Tour players.
Oh, for sure.
So it is what it is, but. Anyway, so
I guess as sorry, just
no, you're good.
But as generations change, like we see a lot of the younger guys now doing that. Like I've seen videos with obviously Min-Woo, Sahith Theegala, and Akshay Bhatia, who are all very young golfers. So maybe that'll just come as time goes on with the younger guys.
Yeah. Yep. I think you're right. So I've got to share my screen again real quick, Zach. Did you guys watch the Women's U.S. Open at all?
The Women's U.S. Open?
Did you guys watch it at all?
Here and there.
I did. Holy moly.
Yeah, you did.
Charlie Hall smoking cigarettes here.
Yeah.
So that's my kind of
That's right.
That's my kind of woman right
so
there.
we've got Charlie Hall just ripping darts.
Did you hear what she said?
She
said she's
which part?
She said she's smoking cigarettes to help her stop vaping.
That's it. Yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
I loved it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was fantastic. She's I did see that.
A baddie ripping cigs on the golf
Yeah,
course.
and
How much better can it get?
She said somebody tried to hand her a light or something from the crowd or something like that. It was pretty rad. But I just it's a mood, bro. It's a mood. It gets the fires burning, if you know what I'm saying. Gets you feeling right as a dude. Seeing a girl do that. I'm just saying, it's pretty hot.
All right. So you brought up a non-serious topic, so I want to do the same thing. So
That's
we're going to
fine.
go to a professional coach. This is a guy that gets paid to coach, Zane. You know what I'm about to show you because I showed it to you earlier.
Hank Haney? Was it Hank Haney? Oh,
As
God.
great as Rory McIlroy is, and make no mistake about it, he is great. I always wonder how great he would have been if he would have fixed his head moving like this in his downswing. And there it is.
What? Like, I saw that, and I was like, "What are you smoking, dude?" Like,
by the way, this is the guy. This is a driver swing. This is also the same guy who, for like years, led the PGA Tour in both driving distance and strokes gained off the tee.
yes,
Yeah.
So I don't think the driver was his biggest pitfall, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. How great he would have been if he had fixed his head moving on his downs. It's almost like that has to be a joke.
But I don't think it is, Zane.
No, because there's no laughing.
You all commented on it.
Let's see. Michael Finney. I always wonder how many majors Tiger would have won if you hadn't dreamed up that parallel planes BS. That's awesome. That's so great. Dreamed up that parallel planes BS. I think he's talking about like the hand plane versus the club path. That's funny. Yeah, the thing is, it's always been this putting. Everybody knows that. If you've watched Rory McIlroy, you know it's your putting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's always been his putting. That's not even been debatable. Like, you can't
it's
say
always been in big moments he struggles to make 5-footers.
Yes. And not only that, but like he would be great. Like, even when in these majors, whenever he's in the hunt, he would be crazy approach shots. I mean, just great approach, great irons, great driver. He just couldn't get it done from here. You know, he just couldn't get it done from 5 feet. It's like Hank Haney's smoking. He's on something. He's on something.
Whatever he's on, I want to be on it.
I know. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff he's on. Speaking of Rory McIlroy, I guess part of him, I guess he wanted to he considered flying to NYC for that meeting with the Public Investment Fund on the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said, you know, it's like they've been meeting 3 times a week for the past few weeks. Via video, obviously.
Yeah.
Which is pretty. That is really good. That's really good. That shows pretty good progress toward the ultimate goal, which is joining the 2 tours in some regard.
Yeah.
Right. Even if that, honestly, at this point, I'd be happy even if it's an end of the year tournament against both tours. I'd be happy if it was just like the NFC and the AFC.
Yeah, or like NBA and ABA when they merged.
Oh yeah, back before they merged.
And then they made the 2 conferences.
Yep, that's exactly right. I think that'd be kind of neat. But again, you need I don't know. They need a plan. They need to get it together, and they need to get together fast. Honestly.
Yeah.
And then one more thing that I want to share before we go over because I know, Zach, you're limited on time. I want to go over the U.S. Open stuff, but I wanted to focus on Flushing. It had a pretty great tweet. So I guess Nate Lashley, he commented on Jay Monahan. He called out.
I saw this.
Yeah. So he said, quote, "Our number one event is the Players, and it's a 144-man field. If that's the best field all year, then why are these signature events that are supposed to be so good 70-man fields? It makes no sense. Look at how good the Players was this year, which it was. One of the best tournaments.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One of the best tournaments they played, honestly. When you have more competition, things stay tighter and more compact. When you've got fields with no cuts, it spreads things out. But we have a commissioner who is a chicken shit." and won't stand up to a handful of guys. That's what happens. You can't tell me finishing top 10 in a limited field is similar to a 144 or 156-man field. It's not even close. There's no comparison. This is way harder. And that's just true.
Yeah.
It's true. If you look at like the Genesis Invitational, which does boast only a 30-man roster, there's a reason why it's so spread out over the Genesis Invitational. Versus you want bigger fields so that some of these smaller guys can put some pressure on the leaders.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe they have a week. Maybe they're going head to head with Scheffler.
Yeah.
But this gives similar vibes to whenever Tiger was challenged by Y.E. Yang. If it was a smaller field, Y.E. Yang doesn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my point is he's exactly right. You can't do these limited fields and expect there to be so much more competition.
Yeah.
Right? You just can't, especially when half the best players in the world are in this other tour over here.
Who knows who's going to have a week just here and there? Like exactly.
Especially considering all the first-time winners on tour we've had this year.
Yes, crazy amount.
Feels like it's either Scheffler.
It's either Scheffler or no name.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Quite literally. I don't mean that to be sarcastic. It's either Scheffler or it's somebody we don't know. So, I guess also you have Xander in there, but he won one tournament. Is what it is. Finally won major championship.
Yeah.
Major championship. We're still waiting on your boy Tommy to win one. When is he going to win one?
Hey, 11 shot shapes with one club, but he can't win it.
Yeah, but he can't win a major. What's up? Come on. This next week may be his week, though. He's actually pretty high up on the odds list. Let's go ahead and transition to U.S. Open talk.
All right. And we're going to do our Darkhorse picks, too.
Okay, yeah. Oh, we got to do our shots. Do you have your shot?
I don't have it with me. We'll have to do it next episode.
We do it next episode, but you got to be here for it. I got to
be there.
You have to be here for it.
Sounds good. We're playing Monday and then recording after.
That's right. We'll do 3 people. We'll have 3 We'll have 3 cameras. It'll be dope. We'll have a third chair, Zach. We've always wanted a third chair.
Do you want me to go over there and beat you up next week?
What?
Monday? Do you want me to go over there and beat you up if I'm off?
Yeah. Us 3 and Henry.
I want you to beat me silly.
Us 3 and Henry. That'd be a good.
Sounds
That'd be good. That'd be a good match.
Me and you versus them 2.
That'd be a good match. Henry would play with us. All right, so let's go over the U.S. Open. So I'm going to just go ahead and read the top 10 odds right now. So top 10 in the odds list are Scotty Scheffler, obviously. Xander Schauffele following behind. Right behind him is Rory McIlroy. Colin Morikawa is 4. Brooks Koepka 5. Bryson 6. Victor Hovland 7. Ludwig Aberg 8. Jon Rahm 9. Cam Smith 10. And your boy Tommy Fleetwood is at 11 right now.
Has Jon Rahm just been playing like not up to his standards anymore?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Jon Rahm at 9 just doesn't.
He got hurt the other week too.
What'd you say?
He got hurt the other week too. I don't know.
I didn't know about that.
That's true. Yeah, he had to. Didn't he have to withdraw?
I did. I told you that. I totally forgot that I saw that on there.
Yeah, he did withdraw from the live event. I mean, hopefully he recovers because he is. I mean, he's one of the best players in the world, and obviously.
I think a lot of what's going on with him right now isn't necessarily. It's not his game. I think it's mental because of all the crap that he's had to deal with from him leaving.
100%.
And I think honestly, and this kind of sounds like, I don't know, kind of mean, I guess, toward Jon Rahm, but he's just got to get over it. Like, some people aren't going to like you anymore. That's fine.
Shit. You got 300 million.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. It's like, shoot, man. I love Jon Rahm, but you're kind of right. He's kind of lost that dog. You know, he had that dog in him for the longest time. I mean, just whenever he beat Bryson coming down the stretch, I mean, that was just amazing when he drained that putt to the right to left. Was that U.S. Open? Was that the U.S. Open?
I don't remember.
It was one of the majors. And he's like, I can't remember which major it was. Shoot. But they're coming down the stretch. He's playing against Bryson. Bryson's also in the running. And he just makes this huge right to left breaker for the win. I was just like, man, good on you. Good on you. Like he's a guy that we need to have playing well.
Yeah.
You know, we need somebody to, especially at major championships, we need somebody to challenge Scheffler. Bryson obviously has been that guy, but we need another person to kind of step into that role. Xander's been playing well.
Yeah.
But you need a lot of people.
Where's Victor Hovland?
Where's Victor Hovland been? That's a great question.
He was in contention that last major. He just couldn't get it going on the back nine.
Yeah, he fell off on last day.
Last year, he was that guy.
He was that guy, especially late in the year.
Yeah, late in the year.
Especially the FedEx
So maybe
Cup.
he'll make a push here now.
I hope so. I heard it. Were you the one that told me that crazy stat about Scotty Scheffler winning all those tournaments on the front side of the year?
I don't remember what.
Oh, maybe it was Branson. So there's a crazy stat, Zach, that like 90% of Scotty's wins come from like January through May.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. You know that stat. I just don't know it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like early in the year, Scotty Scheffler's unbeatable.
and then somehow he just later.
And then he doesn't pick up another win until the next January. But
yeah, it's so weird. Well, who knows? Maybe he'll break that streak here at
he broke it this past week. He got the W.
That's true.
He'll be going into the FedEx Cup leading. So.
Oh, leading by a long shot. He'll be leading by crazy amounts going into the FedEx Cup. Though I think majors don't give you as much FedEx Cup points as like the signature events. I don't think.
Really?
Which is weird. I don't think
they're
so.
Not technically PGA Tour
Because they're not technically PGA Tour events. Pretty sure that's the case.
That's stupid.
It is stupid.
PGA Tour for having another stupid rule.
Yeah, dude, they make a lot of them. You know that.
Shout out Jay Monahan.
Shout out Jay Monahan. Snake Jay. You like that one?
I did.
So I'm going to play this real quick. So we also have, I guess, Pinehurst number 2 is going to be playing really, really hard. So let's go ahead and play this. This is Wyndham Clark talking in a press conference about the greens out there.
God, another guy I can't stand.
Yeah, but
the greens,
let's listen.
Them being very fast, very challenging. Is there anything that you are focusing on in particular, or a drill that you like to use to get used to the speed and the undulation of the green?
Yeah, I mean, they are extremely fast. If they get any firmer and faster, the greens they'd be borderline, and they already are borderline. So, but yeah, as far as practicing, I mean, the biggest thing is where you leave yourself on the greens. And so, today I went with my caddy and we just were really charting to certain pins. Like we'd rather be here than there. And sometimes that almost could mean not that you're ever trying to miss the green, but you're airing towards the easier up and down. And then, I mean, you got to play a lot of break on these greens. And so when we're hitting lag putts and even short putts, you have a 10-footer downhill, down grain. And normally you're not more than 4 or 5 inches outside the cup on most greens. And here you're maybe playing 10 to 12 inches just so that you're not getting below the hole and haven't run away. So it's really a lot of practice, and that's going to be what we're going to focus on a lot. We did today and these next few days to get ready.
Wow.
Can't wait for him to miss a cut. All right.
Love that. But yeah, so they're going to be scary. If they're borderline right now.
Yeah. Hitting a chip shot there is going to suck. I saw a video call in Morikawa today using a 3-wood to bump and run one instead of hitting a chip shot from below a slope.
Way.
Yeah, in a practice run.
That's wild. Well, they do.
Pinehurst number 2, man. That's the thing about
crazy.
that course is it's all about positioning into greens, hitting the right spot on greens. It's not necessarily about like off the tee.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
A lot of short game and putting.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be a hard week. I just really hope, again, after the PGA was so easy, we need
this to play hard. And I do mean extremely hard.
I need a Webb Simpson Olympic Club win at 1 over. That's what I need for my heart to feel full.
I need the cut line to be at like 7.
Yes. 7 over is a good cut line. Maybe 8.
Getting aggressive now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Charlie's like, I don't agree with that. I want to see birdies. I want to see birdies. I want them struggling. I want the course to just be excruciating pain.
All right, Charlie, you could join in on this.
Yeah, what's up?
We've got to make our Darkhorse picks.
Oh,
so
yeah.
For Darkhorse picks, it's basically a guy who's outside the top 30.
Pull that up. On it has to be either Data Golf
or TUGR.
Because those take into
live. They take into account.
They take live into account. So we got Data Golf right here. We'll use Data Golf.
Alrighty. I'm making an insider's pick here. I got some inside information, okay?
Do you
Got
now?
some inside information on my pick, and I'm going with Brendan Todd, who qualified
He
and
plays out at Georgia Club.
no, he doesn't.
He
Well,
has.
he has
Where's
before,
number
but
30?
I haven't seen him lately. Going with Brendan Todd.
Outside the top 30?
Yeah.
So right here.
Brendan Todd had to do U.S. Open qualifying and won in a 3-way playoff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So he's playing good.
He's playing well, number one. And number two, I know for a fact he loves Pinehurst number 2.
So you think he's going to get it done?
I'm predicting a top 15 from Brendan Todd.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He's going to light it up out there.
This guy might be last on the entire U.S. Open list, and I could not spell his last name or say his last name, but Fred KJ something qualified at Golf Club of Georgia the other day, carried his own bag for 36 holes.
You think he's got it?
I don't think he's got it, but I want to see this guy do well. I don't know another guy qualifying carrying their own bag for 36 holes.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. Top 30? How does Brooks Koepka fall the whole way down to 36, man?
Yeah,
Was it top 30 or top 50?
It's top 30. I might take Brooksy.
I'm okay with that. I still like my Brendan Todd pick.
Well, because didn't Brooksy win at Pinehurst number 2?
I don't
DJ
think
was
so.
50 something.
DJ's not been playing good golf.
Still though.
I think he did, bro. I think he won at Pinehurst. If he won at Pinehurst, I'm picking him. Oh no, he won at Erin Hills in Wisconsin. I remember that. Erin Hills, Wisconsin. And then he won.
I don't think he won at Pinehurst.
He won at Shinnecock. So he won at Shinnecock, and I'm taking Brooks Koepka.
All right.
Yeah. So Brooks Koepka, or you picked who?
Brendan Todd.
Okay. I feel really good about my choices.
I feel great about mine, dude. I have insider info. Bro, it's like insider trading.
Yeah.
I'm breaking
Okay.
the law right now.
He's going to miss the cut.
Arrest me, brother. He ain't missing
You want to pick somebody?
Yeah, give me this.
Yeah,
website.
absolutely, yeah. So there's the data golf. You can scroll wherever you want.
All right, since we got 3 people, you know what that means.
What does this mean?
What does that mean? It means there's placement. There's placement on this. Okay. So
Is Wyndham Clark outside top 30?
first place.
Yeah, he was. Give me Wyndham Clark.
Wyndham Clark. He's gonna.
Oh,
get
dude, I
Wyndham.
love that pick for you, brother. I love that pick for you, brother. He's gonna shoot 84 day one.
Yeah, no chance. No chance. Anyway, what were you saying?
So there's placement because we have 3 people now.
Okay.
Last place has to do 2 shots and these roll over. Okay.
2 shots.
2 shots of Fireball.
Fireball.
Fireball. Come on now.
He wants something stronger. Is that? He wants.
No, we're doing Fireball because it's
Let's
what
go.
we have.
Let's go to the.
It's what we have. It's what we have.
It is what we have.
Yeah, that's
We're
cool.
doing Fireball. 2 shots of Fireball for 3rd place. 2nd place, 1 shot of Fireball. 1st place doesn't have to drink.
Okay.
I'll drink with you if I win.
Okay. Oh, he'll drink with you if he wins. Uh-oh. There you go.
It's a celebration shot.
Yeah, me and Zach, we have to do 1 shot of Fireball next time he's in here.
We each do, right?
Huh?
We each have to do one, right?
We each have to because Tiger didn't make the cut, and my guy beat your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Darkhorse pick one.
So
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Darkhorse picks are in. We've got Brendan Todd, Brooks Koepka, and Wyndham Clark. I'm
That's
feeling
right.
really good, guys. Let me tell you.
Brendan Todd. Yeah, he's a great golfer. I'm not going to say anything bad about his golfing ability.
If my boy Fred wins, I mean, I think he's honestly gone damn near dead last in the rankings. I might have to get some props there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sounds good. All right.
Alrighty.
Anything else to talk about, Zach?
Only a couple more things. Make sure if you like this episode, if you want to listen to more, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do everything you can to get more of it. Because life is about having fun. And if you had fun listening to this episode, then you need to enjoy life more and continue listening to the episodes that we produce. One more time, just going to go ahead and plug the merch. We don't just have stickers, I promise. We have so much more. We got hoodies, t-shirts, hats, everything you could ever want and more. Right there on the website. The link is down in the description below. And if you think the logos I'm wearing are rather dashing, you can go to the link in the description below to go to 366 Golf Apparel and check out all the stuff. They got women's golf, men's golf, all kinds of stuff. It's great. It's comfortable. It's light, which is great in the summertime in Georgia. And you can use the link down in the description below to do that. And also you can use code TEEDOFF15 to get 15% off your order today. I think that's all we have for tonight's episode.
I think it is too. Just be on the lookout. Make sure you watch Pinehurst No. 2. Make sure you go watch the U.S. Open, guys. It's going to be a blast, especially how hard it is. Really looking forward to that. And then one last thing is I just saw it. There it is. I guess John Rahm did not arrive at the grounds on Pinehurst. He reportedly won't be there on Tuesday either. So he might WD. So we'll see what happens with John Rahm. We'll see what happens.
I mean, he just got injured like last week. So.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is like he hasn't showed up at Pinehurst.
Yeah.
So he
might not play.
Might not play.
I'm selling John Rahm right now. Sell John Rahm.
Sell John
Buy
Rahm.
Brendan Todd.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to this episode and watching this episode. We will see you guys next week where we cover everything that happened at Pinehurst No. 2 for the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open. Cheers. Cheers.
For the Americans.
For America.